Okay, this is Wednesday, August 26th. I want to talk a little bit about support and resistance today. The market came down at the end of the day, trailed off, took some profits. It was up a little bit during the day. There were a couple of tests of the high and a previous high here. And when it opened, you will see that the market did a turn on 6 minutes. It did a turn on 12 minutes. It did a turn on 24 minutes. And it did a turn on 36 minutes. So remember those times from your trading platform. Now the other thing I wanted to share with you is watch how accurate the support and resistance lines were. Here was the midpoint of the first support. Now it hit that, touched here twice in the beginning, and then it headed off to the pivot point, a normal place it would go and test. And as you watch, when it finally turned on 10:06, it bounced off the moving averages and ran up through the pivot point, although it got hung up here for a little while, and then ran up toward the midpoint of the first resistance, retraced to the 49 again. There's a lot of this in your trading course. Back up to the midpoint of the first resistance. Remember, a lot of people are playing support and resistance, but they don't have these intermediate places. And down it came 1, 2, 3, and went up 1, 2, 3. Down it came 1, 2, 3. Bounced back up to the pivot point just before lunch, and through lunch came down and settled low at the midpoint of the first support, which is the support from the earlier day. Now this is a summer trading session, so you can expect this kind of action. Next thing it did in the afternoon, it took off to try to test the highs and didn't make it. It broke through the pivot point but didn't make it to that previous high. That should have given you a hint that it's going to come down at least to the moving average. Now these points are 28.5 to 26, 2.5 points, and you never know how far it's going to go. It could have gone the rest of the way. Here it tried to do it again, and finally bounced back up 2 or 3 times and finally ended up at the pivot point. All I wanted to share with you is these pivot points and these support and resistance numbers work all of the time. So hope this helps your trading.